It's fun. It's wild. It's Dad's Gone Crypto.
Welcome everybody to Dad's Got Crypto, and it's another week, and have I got a little gem for you. I'm alone today. Ryan is busy with some family stuff, and he's busy developing behind the scenes on a cool ass project. But so you guys have got me today. But I've got a little gem for you guys. So I was doing a little bit of research this week and I stumbled across it. And that's the beauty of just keeping involved in crypto all the time, is that you pick up these little nuggets. On the conservative side, an estimation of about a 15x. On the higher end, probably about a 50 to 100x, possibly. But also, guys, just remember, it's not financial advice. I'm just going to unpack the story the same way I found it, and then I delved into it, and I'm going to share it with you. But before we get there, of course, we have to unpack. All right. So remember we spoke about a little while ago, gaming is the next narrative, well, the next bull market narrative, and AI. So there's two narratives. Narratives meaning where the money follows. So you'll notice all the programs that you're downloading on your personal side for your cell phone or for your computer or for your business, everybody's talking about AI. So all they've done is taken their product, added a dash AI, and now all of a sudden sales are booming. Is it true AI? Of course not. AI is a league on its own. We'll delve into the future exactly what AI is about. But for now, just the narrative's there. So, people feel, new technology, it's going to solve my problem. It's AI technology. No, calm down. Calm down. Only big data companies with, of course, the software needed to process that information can, have true AI. So your mom and pop stores that are just using the mini database to, coagulate some prediction tools. So that's not true AI. So the money will flow into AI, and it'll also flow into gaming. But you noticed the previous bull cycle, all right? There's a lot of money that went into the gaming side of things, and people were very excited, and crypto is going to come into gaming. Gaming has millions and millions of users. It's going to be the next big thing, right? I'm going to be 1,000x up, on this crypto project. So guys were like getting involved in the crypto gaming side of things. The games were very poor, not great. They were the old school type games. Yes, there was a layer of crypto to it, but there was a host of problems associated with it. So, your tier one games, are too scared to get involved into crypto just yet. And we're going to delve in a little bit deeper to why. All right. So some of the problems facing gaming and adoption in crypto. We know the next bull market, gaming is going to be a big one because of the user base. And I'll just share some numbers with you. I'm going to jump ahead. Just listen to this. Roblox, 210 million users. Minecraft, 180 million users. League of Legends, 152 million. Genshin Impact, 65 million. Call of Duty Warzone 2, 52 million. Very familiar with that one. Counter-Strike as well. 35 million users. Valorant, 22 million users. So we do some quick maths. It's close to 1 billion users, right? So these are tier one games. We don't have stuff like this in crypto just yet, but can you see the number of users they have? And they've all got their in-game currency. They're all doing their own thing. But why don't these companies pivot to crypto, right? So it makes sense. If Roblox said they're offering a layer of, crypto to it, or the next version of it, you could have another influx of investors into the space because they know how successful the game is, but they don't. Making their money, but they don't really pivot. They haven't really pivoted to that space. And here are a couple of reasons why. So the first one is the complexity and accessibility. So you've got to create a wallet. You've got to build the wallet. You've got to secure a wallet. You have to deal with private keys. And then, of course, the transactions. So it's not just, click the dollar amount here, buy your skin, exit, and go forth. There's a whole bunch of other technologies that are at play now, and they might not necessarily have the skill sets for that. The big one, regulatory uncertainty. So here's a tier one game. Now I'm investing in infrastructure, getting onto the board of crypto. Let's get in there. Let's tap into that market. The problem is they're uncertain because the SEC has not put clear, defined rules in the space. It's hard to build in the space, and it's hard to pivot to the space because now you're going to spend all this money. You're going to get your users to adopt it. And then the government's going to come and say, well, you can't. You invested tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. And, for what? It's a waste. And it's very difficult to backtrack. So I'm sure they're dabbling in the design side of things. I'm sure they're building construct models, but until regulation is a certainty and they know they're not going to get burnt, they shy away. Scalability. You see the numbers? Like at any given time, you have millions of users tapping into your game and playing the game. And, you're shooting people, you are collecting skins, boxes, points. There's so many variables that are happening in the game, and scalability is important. Millions, if not billions of transactions that need to happen in a short space of time, which they are worried about. So right now, everything's built in-house, everything works, but the minute you now add another layer on, that layer, the technology might not be fast enough or advanced enough for them to, adopt that. And remember, user experience is everything. And that's the next one, user experience. So, I get into a game, all I want to do is shoot people. All right, or build something. Let's go Roblox. We can't use the word shoot. Ryan will be like, yes, shoot people. Talking about games here, guys, calm down. So user experience. So when I get into a game, I want fast loading times. When I click something, it must choose my skin. I must choose my gun. If there's any lag or if there's any problems in it, like time is wasted. If I want to spend a half an hour just trying to log onto my wallet, put some money into my wallet, I ran out of money. Okay, so what do I need to now? I've got to go to the shop and buy a skin. Okay, the transaction's taking, 5 minutes. I'm not going to bother. It's not worth my time. I've only got a short space of time. And think about gamers. Think about young gamers. They've often got a small allocation of time to play. Besides those diehards that play right through the evening, they've got a short allocation, half an hour, an hour. Cool. Let me de-stress and just play. Now I've spent a half an hour just connecting my wallet because my wallet doesn't work. How can I conquer a stage and I collect chest relics, and it saves it to my wallet, and I got to do a transaction and I have to wait a half an hour. To be honest, is not worth my time. I just want to play the game. Volatility. So now my skin's worth X amount of Roblox. Now the currency goes up, the currency goes down. My skin was worth $1,000. Now it's worth $100. The volatility in the market is frustrating, right? So that's also, my skin, I want to be the commander of the price of my skin. Obviously, if I've worked my butt off to achieve this and I've conquered, many realms that other people haven't, I want to put a price to it. Not many people have it, but I'd like to trade it, or I'd like to use it, or something very simple. Now you've collected, 3 smaller items, NFTs in the game. Now we want to forge and fuse those NFTs to create a skin for my gun, or for my character that illuminates in the dark. So I don't have to wait for, in Roblox, it goes night and day. I don't have to wait for day. It just creates a big shine. That's going to add an advantage to my game because now I can see more, or maybe I can see through 3 layers of bricks because that's the new relic. But, I don't want it to now be worth nothing and then everybody has it. When the price goes down, everyone's bought it, and now my rarity, I've spent, let's say 20, 30, 40 hours collecting these items, and now because the volatility price has gone down, now it's worth nothing. So there's consideration in that aspect. Lack of infrastructure and time. Okay, so it's hard enough because it's a skill set to create games. It's a skill set to build games. It's a skill set to, put it all together. Now you still have to add another layer of infrastructure to allow for that. Resources, technical expertise. There's not many people that are proficient in the crypto space in the gaming side of things. Yes, you got your go-to guys, but it's not like a plumber. Every corner, every resident, every suburb has a plumber. But not every suburb has a tier 1 gaming designer, right? Or game designer, or a tier 1 crypto expert. There are few and far because crypto is relatively new in the space, the talent goes to obviously the highest earners and payers and the projects that have the greatest risk, greatest opportunity of success. So you don't always get the best of everything because they're already snapped up by some big companies already, and it might not be in the gaming sector. So that's the other side. Education and awareness. So now I just want to play a game. I don't care about crypto. Yes, it's just cool. I can make some money in crypto. Great. But I just want to just join my mates, create a team, go on a raid, and, terrorize the neighborhood. All right. So, but now you got an educational aspect of well, what is a wallet? How do I secure my wallet? What is my keys? How do I transfer my skin to another character? And I got to log on to my ledger. Oh, it's crazy, right? So now you've got to educate your audience, your gamers, in the crypto space of what to do. So it's not a seamless transaction where you can just play and earn and get. There's a lot of blocks and a lot of things that need to happen in order for your community to adopt that narrative. So you can't just force it upon your users because they're going to resist and say, well, no, I'll just rather go back to the traditional game. It just made simple sense and so forth. And also awareness. You've got to run a whole campaign saying there's another level that we're adding to the game and you can experiment with it. Security concerns. Now we're talking about assets. So your NFTs in your games, how do you keep it and how do you store it? So now, because now my skin's potentially worth now $10,000, you're going to have people trying to hack your wallets. People don't hack games anymore, don't hack games to steal skins and stuff like that. But now that there's a crypto element, now you've got a whole bunch of fraudsters and you've got guys that are just gamers that don't know they're supposed to be doing the right way in which to transfer a skin, the right application to use in order to put it onto a marketplace. There's too many barriers of resistance and it's too risky. So what happens if that NFT goes missing or gets stolen? Now you've got a whole social media uproar because now he's gone to the famous streamer goes to Twitter and he's got 10 or 100,000 fans. And he says, well, my skin was stolen. Now they're going to deal with the whole PR issue. Gaming companies have to make sure that their security is top notch, almost enterprise grade. They can't have these things happen like it traditionally happens in crypto. There's a lot of scams that happen and there's a lot of rampage that just by clicking on the wrong browser, they can steal your crypto. So they got to stop that. So there's a security issue and a resistance to change. Gamers are making money through streaming. They're making money through YouTube. They're making money through, Twitter. So now do they really need to make money through crypto? So there's the resistance or barrier to resistance to say, well, this is funny. This is scary. I don't really know what it is. So I don't really want to try it. So there's always that barrier first, and then the adoption takes. So it takes a while for adoption to happen, to go mainstream. So you have to take it in basically bite-sized chunks. So, just thinking off the bat, if I were a gaming company, basically what I would do is have my traditional game, have an extra layer, which you say to your audience, hey guys, carry on as per usual, do what you want to do. But hey, if you'd like to partake in this next level, NFT hunt. So now you do small limited quests to create. You got to create your wallet. There's barriers. So you got educating them on the journey. And you send them on these quests and they start to collect and they start to, in a small closed environment, learn how to, go on raids, collect their NFTs, put it on a marketplace, mix it, upgrade it, whatever. And then give that character different perks that are not necessarily will give you like a 10x kill, but maybe, like I said, illuminate the area, maybe see through 3 bricks. So there is an advantage. So it entices traditional players to say, well, I also want that. Well, let me go through these pain barriers to figure it out on how to do this as well. Then bring your traditional community over and then build your crypto-minded community. And that's how I would kind of, get the guys, interested in crypto in a small limited area. And as the audience gets more mature, I unleash more opportunities in more ways and staking and all of that type of stuff. So that's how I would do it from the crypto space. So the question is, well, you guys heard, right? Exactly. There's a lot of pain barriers. And for a gaming company, I'm making millions, or top tier one, triple A gaming company, I'm making money, I'm making millions. Do I really really want to do crypto? Really? Come on. If it means that I double my bank balance, maybe, all right? But in this climate, in this market, probably not. In the future, perhaps. So I would start creating technologies so that these pain barriers are seamlessly integrated, right? So that there's no issue in building, there's no issue in, moving through those pain barriers seamlessly into, adopting crypto for your game. So there's got to be a way. So came across a thread, all right, very cool thread. Robbie from Immutable. So the gem I'm talking about today is called Immutable. Ticker is known as IMX. Like, you guys must have heard about it. So they launched, a year or two ago, I think, if memory serves correct. And they've built something now which it should revolutionize the gaming industry. So the Immutable X, basically, it's a layer that fits on top of the Ethereum, and it allows for zero fees NFT minting. So now if you go to any other marketplace and you want to purchase an NFT, you got to pay gas fees. And during a bull market, gas fees are just stupidly priced and unaffordable. And it's not practical for gaming companies to use it, because now you can't sell your asset because you're a gamer and you've got the skin, because the gas fees are too expensive. I don't have money in my wallet. So gamers won't do that. So they created this Immutable X. Now they've created something called zkEVM. So EVM is an ethereal virtual machine. So ethereal virtual machine is a virtual computer that distributes information across the entire Ethereum network. It's responsible for executing smart contracts and updating the state of the blockchain. So that's an EVM, and the zk, of course, is the new product which they are building. So let's go one step back and let's figure out together who's Immutable. We go to immutable.com. Always make sure the address is correct. So the future of gaming awaits. Build unmatched speed, scale, flexibility on Immutable simple end-to-end Web3 solution. Fuel your game growth and captivate players like never before. All right, so they are the solution. So build, play, and connect. They've got products, they've got a passport, they've got a minting option, order book, trade, checkout. So these are services within their suite. And then, of course, the foundations, SDK Hub, and of course, rollouts, Immutable, zkE, EVM, which is new. We'll go on to that shortly. Let's just page down a bit. Appeals to mainstream gamers, mint millions of NFTs with ease, build in hours, supercharge your distribution, planet scale unlocked, Ethereum grade security, 100% carbon neutral, zero knowledge rollups. Okay. Scale at speed, because speed is incredibly important. We do not want to have think about an internet connection back in the days. All right, some of you guys might be a bit young, but when you're waiting for an internet connection, and it's like, oh, please just page load. With a gamer, I remember Leisure Suit Larry back in the days waiting for that to load. So we need to make sure that speed is very important. Okay, so these are some of the games in the ecosystem at the moment, either available or busy building. You've got Gods Unchained, you've got Metal Core, Shards Bound. Okay, so these are projects that are busy building in the ecosystem, so which is nice that games are starting to be built in this space. All right, let's look here. Undead Blocks. Let's have a look at that one. So we click View Project. All right, you can play now. Undead lets players choose from a selection of weapon NFTs to battle their own way through hordes of zombies. Sounds like a lot of fun. Definitely right up Ryan's alley. All right, so you can see, yes, you can, assassins, survivors, okay, cool. What else is there? Weapons unit. All right, and here's obviously the game, just intro. Let's see what else. Build your own NFT project with ease, explore, buy IMX today. Okay. Question is, this seems very interesting. They're creating an ecosystem for gaming companies to onboard with ease, solving those problems we identified earlier. Okay, but who are the backers? So let's have a look here. Let's see who are the backers of this company. Let's go to About. So who's invested in this project? Naspers, Coinbase, Continue Capital, 10 cents. So Naspers is $1 billion company. 10 cents is $1 billion company. Enrico Brands is also $1 billion company. Galaxy Digital, Nevada Capital. So these are not small boys. These are big boys, right? So just, I know Naspers for South Africa, they are massive, and they bought into 10 cents, and they obviously that went supernova, 10 cents. So not only does this project based out of Australia, but is backed by some of the big industry experts. So not just money, but I'm pretty sure that expertise, they can pull out some of the best talent from these companies because they're all in the digital space. And I doubt these guys will get involved if they didn't believe what these guys were building. You know, it's still speculative, but these guys are not stupid guys, right? You need to look a little bit deeper to why. So you can do some research and say, why did Naspers invest in this? What is their stake? Why did Coinbase? Well, Coinbase want to onboard more users. In order to onboard new users, right, they need millions of adoptees, right? So the more people that get onto, more people that play games are going to use Coinbase to buy IMX and so forth. So now they get user base, they grow their business. Naspers, I think, from a innovative point of view and from an investment point of view. So you can see why people get involved. Annika Brands, they in the gaming space, they I think are the top guys in the gaming space. So they've got expertise, they've got knowledge, and they're trying to expand their ecosystem for their games as well. So you can see that these guys are backed by some big boys. Let's just have a look at who are the founders. Let's just have a look here. That's Robbie. Okay, so this is where the post all came from. Robbie Ferguson, him and his brother and a team started Immutable. And you can just type in Robbie Ferguson, and he's got a thread. The Immutable zkEVM testnet is officially live. That's massive. You can just look at this without voice, how passionate he is and excited about launching, and it is a big deal. Enormously proud of Immutable and Polygon Labs for working day and night to ship this. Let's effing go. All right, let's see what he says here. Enormous scalability, unified global liquidity, order book, passports, cross rollups, passport and wallet in 10 seconds. Yeah. Incredible simply development experience. Developers can now build with a Stripe-like API, 90% of game devs. So they're taking away the expenses of developers to come on board. This is the package suite that is available. You've got Immutable X for your zero minting NFTs. Now the zkEVM is the suite that allows for another layer another layer to your gaming experience. IMX will be the gas currency of zkEVM. I'll tell you more about that later. Immutable has 4 years of runway, and yeah, we are long term to go. What is zkEVM and what does it mean for gaming? Well, it's a first of its kind and dedicated chain for games, which offers the EVM compatibility. EVM, of course, is the virtual machine. It allows for low-cost, massive scaling and enterprise-grade security, exactly what gaming companies need. And claim to say that they have offer frictionless experience for users and the ease of developing and migrating smart contracts on the Immutable zkEVM. Okay, so what does this mean for gaming? Well, access to ready-built tools for developers. Remember we said that the pain barrier for a tier one company or any company to get into the space of Web3 games using crypto and all that, it's too difficult. So what Immutable have done is they've created the suite of packages, almost like what Microsoft Office has done for businesses across the world. They've just revolutionized the space by creating tools for you to create on. We didn't have to create Word, Excel. Just think about Excel, Microsoft projects, all of that. They've created a system or tool set to catapult development in the space. And that's what they did for businesses. And this is what Immutable's trying to do for gaming. Slingshot them into stardom. They have access to their networks, which allows for an increase in gamers, funding, and latest technology. That's what any new gamer wants. They want an increase in gamers. They want more funding. So now they have access to, an ecosystem. We're saying if my game's good enough, they will find investors and obviously latest technologies. Because they're worried about the technologies, you can worry about your game and your development. Dramatically reduce the development costs. So you don't need these very expensive people to try and figure out and maybe get it wrong. That's their job, right? Their job is to provide solutions for you to scale your game and obviously to make your game a success from the infrastructure point of view, but by reducing the cost dramatically. How much money has Microsoft Office Suite and Office 365 reduced your expenses in your business? Imagine getting, a developer to code manually, your algorithm to work out your interest rate and an automated system. They've basically created a solution for gamers. Increased gameplay. So this is where zkEVM shines because they are increasing gameplay offering. It's not just about collecting an NFT on Immutable X side, but now you can offer incentives like staking, crafting, upgrading, and merging of NFTs. You now have more gameplay opportunities. So developers will say, well, now I can do this in the game, so let's build for it. As opposed to, I don't have the knowledge or expertise to stake in-game currency that I've just raided. I got my loot, and now instead of going to sell my loot in the real world, I can stake it and build my empire and get rewarded for it. It's too complicated for gamers to even think in that way. So they've created a solution for gamers to say, hey, use our model, add this. You just got to build the gamification part of it. Seamless interoperability, and of course, secure gaming. So it's incredible how they've basically increased the ecosystem through technology to allow gamers to take their products to that next level. It's a very exciting space. They still have to prove themselves, but this is where I think the nugget comes in. So this is where the nugget comes in. Immutable X offers free minting, but zkEVM, there's going to be a small gas fee for every transaction. Tiny, minute. It's very, very small. Affordable. Okay, so you say, well, how's IMX going to increase in value? Well, IMX, which is the ticker for Immutable, is the gas for the zkEVM ecosystem. Okay, so you say, well, but if it's going to be 0.000 of a cent, well, remember the stats that I gave you of the almost 1 billion users that are playing games? Imagine all those games were using the zkEVM ecosystem. There's 1 billion users, but how many times in a game will they reach certain points? Staking, crafting, changing, minting. So there's so many things within the game. So you times that by the amount of opportunities that a game can offer you, and then you start to see the transactions happening. So these gaming companies have to buy IMX so that the in-game currency can basically, do the transactions, which means it's utility. So if there's utility on IMX, that means that the price of IMX could go through the roof. So it might be smaller now, but as the ecosystem grows, as more games come online, what's going to happen? It's going to increase the transactional rate, which means it's going to increase the buying of IMX, which means that the price is going to go up. So that's the theory. All right. More gamers equals higher price. So could this be could this be a 15x in a bull market? All right, so let's just have a look. So we go over here to CoinGecko. Let's have a look at it there. We always make sure what the market is doing. Bitcoin is having a bit of a poo today. So let's have a look here. So I want to go IMX. That's the ticker, Immutable X. There we go. They're ranked number 56. All right, let's have a look here. 0.59. Okay, that dropped 6%. Now we're in a bear market, so everything's nice and low. But how low? Let's see the all-time highs. Hold on, before we do that, market cap 671 million. That's interesting. 2 billion. Okay, cool. Current circulating supply is 1.1 billion. So this left to unlock another 800 plus thousand. Okay, let's have a look here. What was the all-time high? $9.52 was the all-time high. All right, and that was 2021 November. We can expect at least, if their technology works, to get back to where it was, which we're looking at now, a 10x is $5, 20x is $20, plus minus. So let's have a look here. So if this goes at 10x, that means it'll be at 6 billion. If it goes a 20x, which will be about $10, $12, we're looking at 12 billion, which, okay, let's have a look over here. 26, 13. So it'll be basically Lido stake 13 and 9 Cardano. It'll be the size of Cardano right now. 9 Cardano and Lido. All right. So is it achievable? Yes, because these guys will obviously go up as well. Ethereum's at 201 billion. Can it go 100x? All right. Can it go 100x? That would mean, this one, yeah. That would mean that would be 60 billion. So we're looking at 100x. We're looking at 60 billion. 60 billion will put us in over here, bigger than Binance. So Binance should go 10x from here in the bull market. So it's quite possible that IMX could, but obviously we need lots of volume of money to come into the markets in order for that to happen. But let's just say, is a 10x possible? Is a 15x possible? Is a 20x possible with this new technology? Most certainly so. All right, it appears so. So they are testing their product. They are launching their mainnet later on this year. And this could be the gem you guys are looking for. So not financial advice. Go dig deeper. Go do some more research. Go find out, are the games really good? Are they terrible? Are they fun? Are they addictive? Earning NFTs through time. So have a look at that. But we definitely feel that IMX should be on your list to purchase now during a bear market. So now that the prices are super low, to get a little bit of bags, right? Even if you put in, let's say, $100, that could be $1,000. You put in $1,000, that could be $10,000. Definitely something to put on your radar. Do your own research, and that is our top gem for this week. And before we end off, what is a Dad's Gone Crypto show without a Dad's Got Jokes? And today's joke is, what do you call a man with a rubber toe? Roberto. Yes. Since I don't have Ryan to not laugh at my jokes, I take the victory for this week. Thank you. All right, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe our channel, please. If you have any questions, please put the comments down below. Follow us on @Dad's Gone Crypto on Twitter, and come join us in the Telegram group. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Take care.
The material and information presented in this recording are for entertainment purposes only. Do not misconstrue what you hear as investment or trading advice. Always do your own research. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed by the guests on this recording are their own and do not necessarily reflect those of Dad's Gone Crypto or its hosts.